Today I'm going to talk to you about some common misconceptions about psychic mediums. So if you grew up in our society, you probably have misconceptions. I know I certainly did until I tapped into my own gifts. So I'm just going to talk about a few things that people ask me frequently and maybe ease some of your fears. So the first one is, do I see everything going on with you inside your body when I meet you or when I'm in conversation? The answer is no. As an energy healer, as a psychic medium, I have my own, routine or steps that I take in which to see those things. So if I'm in a conversation, if I'm in the real world, if I'm just out and about, I am not in that space. So I'm not tapped into what's going on in your own body. So don't worry about that. The next one is, can I see your future? Can I make predictions for you? Well, not necessarily. So what I do and what a lot of psychics do is we work with a spirit guide team. So when I'm learning information for you, yes, I'm asking questions about your life, but I'm talking to your spirit guides, and they may or may not want to share that information, and they may be very vague about it. So if I'm, again, just sitting with you in conversation, I don't know that information for you. I may get some little message or a knowing about something in your life, but it's not going to be crystal clear. And frankly, it rarely is. I mean, sometimes I'll get a message from somebody like, stop doing this thing, or yes, go on this path or this journey, but it's typically very step by step, and we can rarely see the whole picture or the whole future. Another question that people ask me is, can I see ghosts? Yes and no. So the way that I see spirits, and this is different for everybody that has these gifts, because I do know some people can see spirits like they're a regular person. The way I see spirits is through my third eye. So I have to tune into it, again, using some sort of procedure or step-by-step process. And I make sure that I protect myself first before I really do any of that tuning in. But what happens is, what I see is maybe kind of wispy, but it's almost like it's on a different plane. Like I can see sometimes, maybe it's like a 2D thing, but it's very faint and it's not necessarily in front of me. It's like it's an airy look. I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't look like a solid figure to me. So if somebody asks me, is my house haunted? Well, I have to go into a little bit of a step-by-step thing. Yes, I may be able to know, just by some of the heaviness in the air, but really I have to do that to see if there's anything there. So it actually is kind of hard when I do house energy clearings, because I do have to go into every single room and see what's in there. And sometimes I'll miss stuff. So that's why I do it long distance afterwards, because I'm able to see more things, bird's eye view. Some people can just walk into a room and say, oh, there's these different things, but I have to be more detail oriented about it. Another question people ask is, if you're a psychic, why aren't you rich? You should be able to know how to gamble. You should be able to know how to make good money. And again, working with my own spirit team, that may not be my path. So I don't go gambling. I don't try to make fast money, because I'm more focused on what is going to be for the greater good in my own business, in teaching you how to do things, and what is my life path and purpose. So I'm not getting messages about how to make fast money or what lottery ticket to play. I am getting messages about, here's what to do next for your business, here's how to proceed to help different people. So there are some psychics that I do know play the gambling table and do well at it, but that is not something that every psychic does, and that's why not everybody has a ton of money that does this work. However, I will say I've taught a lot of people how to tap into their inner authority, and that is something that some of my friends have used to play the gambling tables and have won doing it. So there is something to it, but that's actually higher self, inner authority, inner wisdom stuff. Okay, finally, one more question to answer here. And that is, how do you know if you have your own psychic gifts? The quickest answer I can tell you is it's pretty easy to know. And don't doubt it when I tell you this, because this is real. I had these things happen to me as a kid too, and as an adult, and they really are real. So if you experience spirits, if you sense anything around you, if you get several messages throughout your life, maybe you've predicted things, maybe you just have a strong knowing about what's going to happen. If you have vivid dreams that seem to give you messages and answers about your life. And if you get visited by somebody from your past, like a person who's passed away, in your dreams or in real life. Finally, if you really sense people's emotions or know something's going to happen with them or something is happening to them, like maybe you can sense that they're really angry or sad or something like that, these are all indications that you have some sort of intuitive abilities, probably psychic abilities. So if it's interesting to you to start to tap into this stuff, it's a lot easier than you would think. I have several courses that are very inexpensive for you to learn how to do this, but this is my calling to teach people how to tap into their own abilities, because it does open up a whole new world for you of understanding where you're going with your life, getting more clarity on questions you may have, and having the support of the universe and knowing it's back there. Like, you're not just one way praying, one way trying to communicate. You're getting two-way communications where you can ask a question and get an answer. So I hope that this video showed you that there are many misconceptions about psychics and mediums out there, and we can't see everything. So don't worry about talking to us or having a good conversation, because we're not going to be predicting a ton of things or giving you weird messages all the time. Okay, have a good rest of your day.